our data, preliminary, that we've collected, nothing official from the state. Provided the raw scores that we provided last month. Again, in addition to that, though, we've given numbers relative to students that, based on how things have historically been calculated, would qualify for what's called recovery or growth. So ultimately that gives us a picture of how those pass rates will be impacted as we're moving into getting those official accreditation. We're going to give the board at least an idea of what we think that could look like as we're going forward and how that will impact those pass rates for us. Just a couple of terms we wanted to cover. So when we're thinking about the word recovery, ultimately we're talking about a student who had failed their SOL a previous year and the current year on their first attempt passed the SOL. It only applies to reading and math. It doesn't apply to either third grade or high school EOC courses. But ultimately this is really showing that student has made that growth.
This is Amherst Elementary. So at Amherst, as you can see by those up arrows there, we're seeing encouraging signs of progress across all 4 of their content areas compared to where they were last year. You can see at Amherst Elementary School, we are meeting or exceeding pass rates for benchmarks in reading, math, and history. About Central Elementary School there, Central did experience some fluctuations in their pass rates this year. Math did show an improvement from 53% to 57%. The up arrows in the green there on the chart, they're meeting or exceeding pass rates in math, science, and history. You can see the increase there with math and science specifically at Madison Heights. Although the data there shows that they did have a decrease in reading, there were certain grade levels that did see an increase this year. Remember data from previous years for Madison Heights, they had a pass rate in science at 15%. So they have made tremendous improvements specifically in science. Elementary school, who you can see met benchmarks and did have some movement in a positive direction there, specifically in reading, science, and history. We do see a little bit of a dip there in math, but still meeting the pass rate there for raw.
And they are meeting and exceeding benchmarks in reading, math, and history. Nelson Middle School, they're also making some great gains there. Amherst County High School, we did see some slight decreases in pass rates for reading and math. Science and history remained relatively steady to where they were the previous year. Look at that data specifically in reading and math and look at whether those levels of mastery compared to the calculations that we've always done with VDOE, how we would perform in that regard. So if we look at overall as a division, using those historical recovery and growth calculations that we've received from VDOE, we're meeting and exceeding those required pass rates at the division level for reading and math. And if we apply those calculations to the school level, we would have 6 out of 9 of our schools meet those required pass rates outright